Hey guys, so in this video, we're just going to quickly go over the different wallets that you see in your VGP back office. The first wallet is the USDT wallet. So for most of you, many of you have done this already, but essentially we send USDT into the system and then we convert this USDT into VG credits. Now, VG credits are like the main token of the ecosystem. They're used to fund these pin packages. So let me just go to the next slide here. But essentially what most people have done is they've deposited the USDT via this deposit button here. And then once the USDT arrives, ERC20, by the way, I just wanted to mention that, they convert it into VG credits. So if you look here, if somebody's sending 11,000 USDT, they're converting it into 11,000 VGC. So after converting to VG credits, the person can then buy a pin package in the package section of the back office. Now I go over that whole procedure in a different video, but you get the gist of it. So USDT comes in, converted into VG credit. So that's what the first two wallets are for. Now I'm going to quickly talk about VGS DC, which is VGS dividend credit. Now all earnings in the back office, whether through the betting or the comp plan, you will earn those in VGS DC. So anytime you see something in the VGS DC wallet, it can be withdrawn. Whenever you do a withdrawal, it's a withdrawal of VGS DC, but you will receive it as USDT ERC20. The other thing I wanted to mention is you can actually fund up to 50% of a new package with VGS DC as well. So that's something you need to keep in mind. VGS RC, which stands for VGS registered credit. So just like with the DCs, you can actually fund up to 50% of a new package with VGS RC. However, RCs cannot be withdrawn. So if you actually look on the right side, there is no withdrawal button for RCs, only for DCs. So keep that in mind. RCs are used mainly just as a subsidy and they can't be withdrawn from the system. So now let's go over a little example. So in this example, let's assume that somebody wants to buy a $3,300 package. So let's say Lisa needs a certain number of DCs to get that done. So John, who is her sponsor, says, I will send you 650 DCs. Now Lisa's going to receive those 650 DCs, but it won't come into her back office as DCs. She'll actually get them as RCs. So let me just make that clear. John is sending DCs from his back office, but Lisa will receive them as RCs. The reason for this is so that Lisa cannot withdraw those DCs and she can use those RCs towards funding a new package. Now, if John wanted to withdraw those DCs, he could just withdraw them from his back office. But Lisa cannot withdraw them from her back office. She will receive them as RCs for the sole purpose of funding a new package, whether it be for her or for somebody in her team. So I hope that example makes sense. So I just wanted to show you guys how it works. So let's say it's a $3,300 package and you can fund 50% or more of it with VG credit, which is what most of you have done. You funded with USDT and converted into VG credit. And you could fund up to 50% of it with VGS RCs or VGS DCs. So if you had 1,650 VGS DC, in your account, you would only have to send in 1,650 USDT, convert those into VG credits, and together that makes a total of 3,300. So there's numerous ways that you can make up that balance. It's not just VG credits. You can use your VGS RCs and DCs to help subsidize the package. Any combination will work provided 50% of the package is funded with USDT or VG credit. So if you do have DCs and RCs, which some people do, you can mix and match to make 50%. So for example, let's say the package is 11,000. So half of it has to be funded with USDT or VG credit, which is 5,500. Now, if you have DCs and RCs, you can split that up. So you can have half of each, so 2,250 DC, and the same for RCs. You can have all DCs and no RCs, so 5,500 of one. And likewise, you can have 5,500 RCs and no DCs. So it doesn't matter what that combination is. It can be two completely arbitrary numbers as long as it adds up to 5,500 at the very most. Now I'm going to move on to game credit. We've just gone over the first four wallets. So Game Credit is part of the betting platform that's coming out soon. The company will be rolling that out in the days to come. I'm not going to go too much more into it just because the company will be explaining it in greater detail this coming week. VGS. So VGS is like your max earning cap. So let's say somebody buys a pin package plus, so they pay the additional 10% on a $10,000 package, which becomes 11,000, and their max cap goes up to 4x, so they're entitled to earn 40,000. So this number tells you how much you are still eligible to earn in the system. So if this number started at 40,000 and now it's at 38,865, that person has earned about 2,135 in the back office already. Another way I like to look at it is that for every +1 in the dividend credit wallet, it'll go -1 in the VGS wallet. So that wallet is just gradually going down to zero. So every time you make any profits, this wallet will go lower and lower towards zero. Ledger credit. So ledger credit is an interesting one. Basically what it is, it's account overspill. So with the example I just explained, let's say the individual hit their cap of 40,000, but they had some leftover. Let's say they had an extra $1,000. That extra $1,000 would be captured in the ledger credit wallet. So they have a few days to activate the account again to access that ledger credit balance. Because what happens is when you hit your cap, you're exited from the system unless you choose to fund with the new package. So the company gives you a chance to still claim that those extra balances, provided you refund the account within 3 to 5 days of the account exiting the system. So guys, those are the 7 wallets. And it's really straightforward. You'll really be dealing with the top 4 the most, and especially in this back office. Now, if you had any questions, I would say please send them to customerservice@vgpecunia.com. Thank you so much, guys.